Good morning, good morning. Aces has hit 38,000 views, meaning 3,000 views overnight, which is 1,000 more than the nights previous. Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging. Anyway, today is an errand day / morning because I have my regular Friday COVID test that I schedule since I work in person on weekends. So I have that, and then I need to do a few errands, so I will detail those as I go. And then I'll be back. Well, one of the things I have to do is pick up my medication from CVS that I always have to pick up every month. And CVS scared me because I did the, whatchamacallit, I did the automated thing so I could like put it in, because once again, I got the text a few days ago that said, hey, it's ready to be picked, or no, it said, hey, it'll be refilled in a few days, but I never got the text to say, it's ready, come pick it up. So when I was on the automated thing today, it was like, the pharmacist needs to speak with you, you know, before you pick it up. And I was like, okay, so I talked to the pharmacy and I was like, I'm sorry, the automated system told me that I just need to speak to a pharmacist because there's an issue. And the guy looked it up and he was like, no, it's ready to be picked up. Like, I don't know why it told you that. Like, no, it's fine. So anyway, we'll see, but at least since I'm picking it up this time, I will have my insurance information. So if for some reason it shows up in the system then that they need to fix it, I will have it. COVID test is done by my favorite there, the one and only. I really should learn her name. How do I not know her name? Next time I'll have to ask. But anyway, this time, surprisingly, even though it is a Friday, and Fridays are usually the days I see them the busiest, I was the only car that pulled, like, at that time. So she told me, too, that it slowed down a lot, but that they are still busy because, you know, people have to get results to fly and things like that. But I was glad to hear. But she said, you know, there's people still getting it. People still, you know, a good amount of people still testing positive, which makes sense because cases have gone down, but we are not out of it just yet, which is precisely the reason why I did not go to ThesCon. Because I was like, okay. Nope. So I am actually heading back to my old stomping grounds. I'm heading to where I used to live, and I'm going to the post office first because I'm finally mailing back Amelia's stuff that she left here, with the exception of one sweatshirt that she didn't want me to mail because it's her parents and she didn't want it to get lost in the mail. So holding on to that, but everything else I'm shipping back to her, which has taken far too long to do, but it is happening today. So I am going to the post office up there because I have other stuff that I need to do around that same area. The fog is absolutely insane. Yes, those are telephone poles you can see outside my window, but that's fog. All of that. This is wild. It's not like there's a bit of fog back where I live now, but not this much. Also, I'm about to drive by my old high school, so interesting times. So I did that. I'm really glad. This post office has 2 self-serve machines, and one of them, just like the one closer to where I live, was saying like the self-serve machine you weren't able to mail or like get postage for packages and stuff, and I was like, what the heck? So thankfully this one here, one of them said that, but the other one didn't. So I was able to do that because I was like, I really don't want to have to go up to someone again, like at the post office. I was like, so anyway, that's done. Also, someone who commented on Aces asked if they could do Spanish subtitles, and I said yes, absolutely. So they will be emailing me, and I'm so glad. And then another person someone commented and said that they really enjoyed the film and that it was shared in a German ACE group and that they're all loving it. And so I said to that person, I said, thank you so much for watching and for your kind words. Would you mind sharing that link with me? Like, I would love to comment on it and say, thank you so much for sharing this link. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna wait and see if they respond. All right, next up is Best Buy, where I am hoping, and my mom helped me look it up yesterday, so hopefully this one does it, but I think most Best Buys do, to recycle some old electronics that I have. My old Kindle that doesn't hold the charge anymore, those Beats headphones of mine that I love so much but broke and I can't fix them, and then my, one of my old portable chargers that also, like, the thing is so loose and it doesn't hold the charge anymore. There's a Small Cakes here, which is the cupcake place we had in Texas. They were able to take all of it, so those are off my hands and they don't charge anything or anything like that. So those are out of my hands now. because I just had them and they don't work. Next stop, as crazy as it is the sheriff's precinct to safely dispose of the antibiotics that I have, the ones that I recently got for what I thought was the sinus infection but wasn't, and then the ones that I had been given a while ago that was for they're like anti-nausea, just mostly like for my anxiety basically. And then the other one was when I had the muscle spasm and went to the ER last year, and I never used them. So I just I texted Beth, my former manager at Nothing But Cakes, and asked if she was working today, and she said she's going in at 2 because she's giving blood this morning. And so I said, okay. I was like, I'll just hang out then. It's 11:32 right now. I thought about going to drive by my old house, which I think I'm going to now because I have extra time anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna hang out basically. I think I was planning on going into Barnes & Noble anyway. Dangerous, I know, dangerous, very dangerous, but I figured I can just read the backs of a whole ton of books and see, you know, write them down for books that I want to read, because there are some books that my two to be read books are, or TBR reads list is very, very long to begin with, but those are the ones that I physically already have. So I figure, you know, might as well. Anyway, also I was able to drop those off, no problem. I didn't even have to talk to anyone. As I think I said in my last clip, Beth is not going to be in at work until 2. So I was planning on completely backtracking and like not staying in the same area of town, because I was under the assumption that the reward that I had been given for Chick-fil-A had to be redeemed at the location closest to the one close to AWP, because that's who like gave me the reward, is that specific store. No, not the case at all. So I went one exit down the highway, and I'm turning around and going back because I can pick it up at the restaurant that's close to the Nothing But Cakes I used to work at. So I'm just gonna pick it up there. And the fries reward that showed up yesterday, that I thought it was only eligible yesterday. No, it was still there, and it let me use it. Both that and the sandwich for the pickup order. So my entire meal, my entire lunch is free. This is awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. So someone made a comment on Aces that was saying like, can we talk about the yellow beanie? Is it gonna become a new meme, kind of like garlic bread? And I was like, what the heck? Like, what does that mean? So I looked it up. I didn't know. Garlic bread is a joke to the asexual community, saying that garlic bread is better than the thing that asexuals don't have any interest in. You know what I mean? That's the joke. And I was like, wait, how did I not know that? Someone who has known she's a part of the ace community for 4 or 5 years had zero clue. That is so funny. I ate my lunch. It is about 12:53. Well, it is 12:53. I ate my lunch and then I caught up. I was about 3 vlogs behind on the Supercharged Mom Solice's vlogs. So I caught up on those, and now I'm going to, I didn't get to do like Instagram this morning, so I'm gonna do that quickly before I go in, just cause I know I should spend the least amount of time in Barnes & Noble as possible, because Barnes & Noble is dangerous for my wallet. Aces has just hit 40,000, so I called my mom quickly to celebrate, and because of that, it's now 1:39, so perfect! I don't have a ton of time, or I don't need to spend a ton of time to waste time walking around Barnes & Noble, so yay. It's a miracle, everyone. I walked into Barnes & Noble and did not walk out with anything. That happens like once in a lifetime. I'm a few minutes early, but Beth's Sheep is here. So yay, I can go in and say hi and get my buntinis. I'm not gonna bring in my whole bag, just my wallet. And head on back home. Buntinis have been acquired, and Beth, since I know you watch these, hi. It was good to see you and Jig. Oh my gosh, you get to see both of them. So exciting. I was so happy. Okay, now it's time to head back home, but I have to pick up my prescription. And then I come home, and I have taken the pictures with the Buntinis saying 41,000. It is almost to 41,000. It's currently at 40,752. So hopefully we'll reach that in the next, hour or two, and then I can post it. And the reason why, I think I've mentioned it before, but 41 is so special because that means it will beat out the Overcoat music video that I did for Life is Mary, meaning that it officially becomes
my #1 most watched thing that I have created, produced, directed, created, whatever, on the internet, basically. So, or on YouTube, like film-wise. So, it's beaten out everything on my channel since it reached 14,000. So by a long shot. But this was the last piece. This was the last piece. And that was why I was originally going to do like one celebrating 15,000. And then I was like, wait, I forgot about the music video. And while that isn't on my channel, it is something that I wrote, directed, and produced, or wrote and directed and filmed. So it does count. But I think I'm actually going to jump into making a very, I'm going to make a very ambitious TikTok, basically going through the gowns, or the dresses, the fancy dresses that I have in my closet, because I think there might be some of them. I want to make sure that they all still fit, and that they, there's not any that I want to get rid of. So I think I'm going to do that.
I just got potentially in a really, really exciting Facebook message. Also, before I forget to, update quickly on, this is like slightly, it's not bad news, it's just like slightly bummer news that's going to be followed by great news. But the slightly bummer news is the filming of the script that I sold. The producers got back to me and they are looking at shooting later in the year than late spring. They're looking more at like sometime June or after, basically. And they told me that they would keep me updated, but they do still plan to shoot it this year. It'll just be later. So crossing fingers that that stays the case. But now, okay, so I got a Facebook message from someone who, when I was very, very back when I started vlogging, I did an internship with Cynthia Stillwell, who is a casting director who's now back out in LA, but she was here for a while. And I did an open call with her. It was an acting open call. Ended up, she brought me on as like her intern, because after I like talked in front of everyone, and because we all like got up and introduced ourselves, she was like, she had me stay after, and she was like, I'm forgetting what she said exactly, but she was like, I see something, like I want to work with you. And I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I did an internship with her. Anyway, she has a business partner named Philip. Philip sent me a message on Facebook, basically saying, I didn't know this, but he and Cynthia and another business partner of theirs started up essentially a management company that helps filmmakers get distribution for their films, and also helps writers get deals and sell their scripts. And they want to have a meeting with me, because he thinks that with the partners they already have, that they could get Aces distributed. I also don't know if that means let me just read his message. The message says, hi Jordy, congrats on your ongoing and growing success. I don't know if you know this or not, but Cynthia and I have formed a company that works with filmmakers to get distribution and development of projects. We should set up a conference call to chat. I feel confident with our partners we can get you distribution for Aces and other things. Let us know. And then told me about the company's name, and so I wrote back and said, oh my gosh, absolutely, yes. And he said, wonderful, let me check with Cynthia. Like, I may talk to her this weekend, but definitely early next week. I'll come back to you to set up the time. Let's see what we can make happen. So basically, their company is a management company, so that could potentially be literary management, and which is exactly what I was striving for this year. I don't want to get my hopes up. They may just be interested in distributing Aces, which is absolutely incredible. Never even, oh my gosh. But considering they said we can get distribution for Aces and other things. Well, we are ending the night with Aces hitting 43,000 views. Super, super crazy. And if my calculations are correct, which I don't know if they are, but that next 1,000 happened somewhere between 2 to 3.5 hours. I think it's closer to 3.5, if I'm calculating correctly. But crazy. Anyway, I'm heading to bed. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been an exciting day here, hasn't it? So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.